thrones of power and the mystic tree, where the green lands of our world now free. See our arrows fly, Gallus lost defeat, and the stars awaken now, forever free. See the legend rising from the gates of time now, all feel the magic of the master sword. Wisdom, courage, and the power unite now, all feel the glory of the master sword. Power of the Triforce, power of the Triforce, all feel the glory of the master sword. Raise high.
Good evening, everyone. Very late, I know. I've mucked this up. I haven't sorted my light out, have I? I've made this mistake again. Let me get this sorted. 1 second. And we will kick off my usual UK sports end of week stream. Having a chat, having a chill out. Let's put this in. Me failing to set up correctly. There's probably like 80% chance of me doing that each week. There we go. See me okay. Let's turn this down a bit because this is too bright. How's that? Is that better? Am I too dark? Let's turn this up a little bit. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? That's a bit better. Gems, how are you? By the power of the Triforce, you know when you've been saccoed. Yes, we're going to come on to all this. I saw a funny video that Richard Lewis posted earlier this week, and I'm going to react to it. I thought I could have tweeted out a clip from him. It's all a bit of a laugh. He's all cool with it, but I thought, you know what? I'll react to it, and then I can post the tweet out. And you know, maybe I need to lean into some of the. I've hated the phrase clickbait in the past, but maybe I need to lean into some of my, I would say, sensationalism. You know, some of my journalism has been a bit sensationalist over the years, if I'm admitting that. And I'm going to lean into it, you know, because I try and write headlines that are interesting. I'll come on to all this in a bit. How are you, Gems? How are things with you? We've got a few viewers. And by the glory of the Master Sword, like, if you look at those nanoleaf lights there, right? That's done. So it's like a Triforce, right? 3 Triforces together. Is that a plural, Triforces, or would it be what would it be? Would it just be Triforce or Triforces? I don't know. But I've sort of done 3 links. And over there, you can't see it here actually, unless I move it. I have a little like Zelda mirror thing where you've got like Ganon, Zelda and Link. You right, the Triforce. You've got the power, wisdom and courage in it. Anyway, yeah, I've been a big Zelda fan over the years, and my son has just started playing as well. He's just started playing Link's Awakening on the Switch, the remake, which he's enjoying. He's got Ocarina of Time and stuff on the Switch as well. So yeah, I'm a big Zelda fan. Right, I'm going to jump into it. I'll do some UK news. I'll do my usual stuff. I'll probably be on broadcasting for like, I don't know, the next hour or so. I'll chat about some of the news over the past week in UK sports like I usually do. And then I'll react to the Richard Lewis thing as well. I feel like I've mucked up my camera a bit now. Right, let's see how we go then. 1 second. Here we go. Can we see this okay? There we go. Right, so, and I've got a few tweets to react to as well here. Okay, I've just done a story tonight. I thought, do you know what? I did only one article yesterday on the London Games Fest thing. Then I had my kids in the afternoon. Then I had this tabletop night. I've been doing weekly Frosthaven nights. Found like a good group So I wasn't around last night, and then today I've had the kids all day because my wife's been out. So I haven't been able to do much work, but I did see. So yeah, this is me playing Frosthaven, but I did see this, which I thought would be worth covering because we've got some good UK-based casters that have been added to the next IEM broadcast. They're doing the B stream. We've got Neo Kai, Lucy Loose, B Dog, and Scriv. So maybe not as big. Their names aren't as big as the likes of Harry Hugo, Machine, Freya, but great to see these involved. So I thought I'd do that, and I had a thing in my inbox as well about IEM Chengdu, date, schedule, format, all that stuff, like the teams. So I thought, well, it's easy for me to just lead with a nice UK angle. So yeah, I haven't done loads of content recently, but I'm still coming out of actually, do you know what, I don't like this on the site, having too much text based images, so I need to do another article to get rid of that. I've got 3 here out of 4, which isn't good. But yeah, that's the Chengdu stuff. Jem says, celebrated my 40th last week. Nice, best shape and health of my life. Chilling, writing a book, pondering what's next, but doing good, man. And yes, you are a nerd. Ocarina of Time, best game ever. Ocarina of Time is one of my favourite ones ever. Gems, that I'm really happy for you. That sounds really, really good. I forgot you were a bit older than me. I mean, I'm 38 now. And Mark, I'll get confused. Mark, I get confused with Gems because there's a caster Gems, and I thought you were caster Gems for a minute. How are you doing, Mark? Mark, I thought you were. I couldn't remember actually. I thought you were younger than me at one point. I can't remember. I mean, you look younger than me, right? You don't have 3 kids, do you? So, enjoy it. We should have a catch up soon, mate. By the way, we should have a catch up about stuff. I just look amazing. You do. Have you been tweeting about anything lately? Should we have a look on the Mark Twitter? I've got a few tweets up here that I want to talk about at some point. Oh, hang on. If I go here, have you been doing anything lately, Mark? You do look amazing. You don't look 40, mate. How it started, how it's going. It's really good. Really good. I need to. Do you know what? I'll let you in on something. Right, I've been grinding for League of Legends. There's a new, the latest battle pass, right? I'll let you in on something. The latest battle pass in League, we've got a prestige skin for Evelyn, who is one of my main champions, right, that I play a lot of. And because I've been grinding that a little bit, some evenings, I was like, well, I don't want to sit down all evening. So during the loading screen, during the pick and bans phase, I've got some weights. I've been doing some weights and stuff. Obviously, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I like to keep fit. I've been doing some push-up, just exercising in my room a little bit. And I think I overdone it the other night because I cannot turn my head around a certain way. And my wife said to me, when you do the weights, right, you lift them like this, right? You lift them like that. And she said to me, are you raising them above here? Because if you're doing that, you can pull muscles and things. So I think I've probably pulled them up too high, overdone it, and now I can't bloody turn around that well because I'm aching big time. I thought I slept funny, but I didn't. But anyway, on the topic of looking after yourself and stuff. Yeah, that's really good, the transformation. That's Mark, that's really good stuff. So let's jump in then. Let's chat about some UK news. I'll go from where we got up to. I'll go, how would I say it? Ascending, descending, reverse date order, whatever it is. So I think I spoke about the Lions Creed stuff. If I did a stream last week, I would have spoken about Lions Creed. I would have spoken about that. Halo Land, I don't know if I spoke about that. I won't go through all of these, but we'll go through my April Fool's article. I did an April Fool's article written by AI because I had I didn't have much creativity this year. I have to be honest. I do have to be honest, right? So we've spoken about the casters one, right? This was a really positive story. Lorks, how are you? We love you, Sacco. We do. Oh, Sacco, we love you. And likewise, Lorks, and we're going to come on to this, when you've been saccoed. I don't know, I've seen Richard Lewis talking about this a little bit before, and I'm going to react to one of his videos on this stream. I'll go through some of the stories over the last week. Look, you just missed. I've blooming injured myself doing weights in between, like loading for League of Legends, like picks and bans stage, because I'm having to grind for the Prestige Eve skin, right? And I've pulled muscles. I'm getting too old, mate. I'm getting too old. But good win tonight, wasn't it, Lukes? We're top of the league, Arsenal. Can we do it? I'm not sure. This is the first time I actually want Man U to win tomorrow, right? I want them to beat Liverpool. Anyway, we're going to esports. We're going to UK esports. This was a couple of weekends ago, I think now. This is the first University Halo League LAN. Becomes one of the UK's most viewed student broadcasts on Twitch. This was won by Durham Defenders. Shout out to College of Esports. I've done a guest talk there and I've been impressed with the facilities there. And they organised this LAN thing with University Halo League, and they had almost 2,500 unique viewers, average viewership of about 500, live views reaching about 4,500, and about 800 max viewers across a 6-hour stream, which I think for a collegiate thing in the UK, that's pretty damn good, considering it's not, you know, British Esports or NSE or NUL, like it's a slightly smaller community thing. Durham Defenders won that, and they also had Alex Reed, who's set up the University Halo League, said it was blew his expectations away, and there's a few quotes and things, but we also had quotes from some people in the the pro scene, like Harry Channon, aka Wonderboy, who's a pro Halo coach for Team Foe, who I'm told are the current highest placing team in Europe. Said it was delightfully surprising to watch the broadcast from a viewer perspective. I'd go as far as to say that the show was comparable to that of a HCS Major / World Championship level production. The team should be proud. Shout out to Finlo, who is a regular supporter of Esports News UK, comes to all our events. Finlo led the production of this. He's doing really well on this College of Esports course. And if the production is being compared to Halo Majors and World Championships, that bodes really well, doesn't it, for the future? So well done to all of them. And European Halo League has announced a merger as well. So off the back of this news, European Halo League has merged with broadcast company Atlas Esports. And this comes, I actually missed this other news, right? This comes after, I didn't link to it here. Where is it here? This comes after Europa Halo closed. So Europa Halo organised that Blackpool LAN last year, which looked really good to me. And Atlas have said here, we were sad to see Europa Halo decide to exit after 7 years leading the charge, but that didn't deter us. So they're sort of stepping up now to fill that gap and try and be this main sort of amateur European Halo gap, fill that gap, So yeah. Oh, you're about to watch on Match of the Day, Looks. Okay, yeah, Liverpool, they are big favourites. They just keep grinding out results, don't they? But I'm still not super impressed by them. They're getting very lucky. When was the last time Liverpool won 3-0? Or stuff like that, It seems to be close results they're getting. I'm going to have to tune into Match of the Day later as well, for sure. So that's that one. Ex-Oblivion, this Overwatch-based organisation, they're refusing to compete in the Overwatch 2 Esports World Cup, saying we value inclusivity and equality. By attending the Esports World Cup at Riyadh, we would be unable to provide the necessary accessibility to a valued part of our community, as well as excluding our fans from cheering with us. This isn't a strong sort of UK angle. They do have a UK player on their Overwatch roster called Crispy, but I felt this was important because Esports World Cup, a lot of people are going to be talking about it, going to be watching it this summer. Lots of prize pools, lots of games being involved. League of Legends just been added to the Esports World Cup. It's a story that's going to be ongoing. People are going to be talking about it. We haven't seen many esports orgs decline to compete in Saudi. I think we saw, who was it, Moist Esports the other year with their UK Rocket League team, or their UK Rocket League coach and a couple of players. declined to participate for similar reasons. Are we going to see more of this? I don't know if we are, I feel like the bigger orgs, the Team Liquids of the world, and the Complexities, and the Guild Esports, and all of that, and Optics, and all of that stuff, they're going to be happy to play. Fanatics of the world, if there's money, and it's on a big stage, and there's lots of viewers, I feel like they're going to take part. But we'll see, right? We'll see. Do we think the discourse is going to change around the whole Saudi and diversity, discussion points, that story, that angle? We'll have to wait and see, won't we, how it goes. But there seems to be more general acceptance towards Saudi and esports now. Mark says, Esports World Cup, I wonder where I've heard that before. Smiley face. Yes. Well, they've bought it, haven't they? I missed this when they first did it, and then I updated my article because it wasn't clear. Well, from what I can remember, the press release I received about the Esports World Cup, I don't think it was super clear that they bought the what's the name of that company now? I can't remember what it's called now. Let me bring it up here. I'm sure I've got a link to the Esports World Cup. Here we go. So we know it's replacing the Gamers 8 tournament series in Saudi, but they bought, didn't they? They bought the Esports World Cup name from, oh God, what was it? That event, they had events in France. I can't remember what it was called now. There we go. It was also revealed that the Esports World Cup Foundation had merged with the ESWC, Electronic Sports World Cup. So, yeah. They've got all that branding now. They've got all of that stuff. I'm not sure about. I don't know. Esports World Cup. I'm still not fully bought into it, but we'll see what happens. That event in France. That's it. ESWC. Yeah, it only started in 2002, so I can understand why it's not front of mind. Yeah, and also don't forget, Mark. Right. So although I've always loved games and competitive games, I wasn't fully into esports until about 2013, 2014, right? I set up my site 2015. So I was a little bit later to the party than people like you have been. And the reason why I say that as well, right, that place in France, is because one of my first articles ever, was it? No, it wasn't Grant. It was, what's the name? I can't think. Why can't I think of his name? Ferndog, that's it. This was it. This was one of my first articles ever here. UK coach to lead one of Europe's top all-female League of Legends teams in ESWC Paris tournament. Ferndog was a coach of Team Alternate's Women's European League of Legends esports team. And this article is so old, I've written esports with a capital S. Before it became more accepted that it was lowercase s, and Paul Shallonen went on his crusade and all of that stuff. So yeah, one of my first articles I wrote about this. But then I didn't hear much of it, right? Did it go dormant for a while, or they cut some of the tournaments and things? I didn't fully keep up to date with it, right? After this article, I became a dad, and I wasn't able to follow esports globally as much as I used to. But anyway, that's that. Anything predating that, just ask. Yeah, thank you. It's good to know. I might need your help soon, Mark. I may have a content series coming up soon about esports history and things like that. It's not fully all confirmed yet, but when I do, I'll reach out to you. Ministry of Defence recognises esports as an official military sport. This was something that happened weeks ago. And the MOD was supposed to be getting me quotes and this and that and the other, and they haven't bothered. And I chased them up, and I didn't hear back from them again. So I was like, I'm just going to run this now. And it still did okay on Twitter, so it's obviously something people are interested in. Of course, they have all their stands, don't they, at Insomnia Gaming Festival and all of that stuff. But yes, an official military sport. What does that mean? It's going to unlock more funding and new opportunities for personnel. You know, recognising esports benefits, communication, leadership, strategic skills, all of that stuff. If you're in the military, you can compete in esports, and it's all official now. So there we go. That's that. Jem says, we at ESWC and Ping Association ran the first, 90% sure of that, all-female only CS 1.6 and CSS tournament. That's really interesting. I will make a note of that, Mark, because we might be doing a... Oh, God, I need to get a notepad. I'm completely run out of spare pages here. 1 second. Tell you what, let's see if I can get one out of here. I've got a GG Tech notepad. I've got a Marvel one. I don't know who got me that, and an Xbox one. Should we go with the GG Tech, because the GG Tech one looks quite nice. There we go. Thanks. Shout out to GG Tech. They do all the they own the newell, don't they, these days? I've got a little one. I've got a GG Tech pen as well. I do like my esportsy merchy stuff. So yeah, I'll make a note of that, Mark, because I think that's pretty useful. CS history. Wow, I didn't even know that there was a 1.6 and Source all-female tournament. I didn't know you worked. When you say we, did you work there, James? And what's the Ping Association? What's that? First all-female tourney. When was that? Well, I'll make a note. Maybe I can DM you or reach out to you. Okay. I can put you in touch with head admin. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'll tell you all about it when we catch up. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll drop you a DM or something in the week. I'm not around. Actually, this week's not great, but I will drop you a DM. And it's not me doing that. It may be someone else doing that history thing. So I maybe took you out. So yeah, this is my awful April Fool's article here. I just did not know what to do. I didn't know what to do for this. So I was like, I went to some of my volunteers and freelancers. I asked them. They had a few ideas. Nothing was fully jumping out at me like it did last year. So I turned to AI and I asked ChatGPT. Actually, let's see if I can bring it up here, because this might be quite funny to go through my chat window with ChatGPT. 1 second. Here we go. This is what ChatGPT came up with. So I said to it, come up with 20 April Fool's esports themed article ideas, and a lot of it was like specific game focused stuff, like League of Legends to introduce reverse mode, players control minions, minions control champions. Zola SMH, thank you for following the stream. Really weird stuff. Fortnite introduces new banana peel gun, slips enemies into hysterics, like just some nonsense stuff. Rocket League goes underwater, players can now maneuver cars in aquatic arenas, just like not very good April Fool's stuff here. This seems to be all random rubbish, doesn't it? Super Smash Brothers adds Taco Bell Fighter Pack. Play as your favourite burrito. I mean, this not very good, is it really? I expected more of ChatGPT. I don't use ChatGPT that much though, so maybe I'm sort of overestimating it a little bit. Street Fighter introduces dance battle arena. Fighters bust moves instead of punches. I don't know. And then I asked it to write number 3 as an article. League of Legends to introduce reverse mode. And it's all of these articles I asked it to write started out with this horrible sentence that sort of backs into the first sentence. In a groundbreaking move that's set to flip the world of League of Legends upside down. It's just not very good. And then I did give me 30 esports industry themed April Fool's article ideas. And it's still coming up with like game related ones, you know, not that good. What was number 2? Esports Pro reveals secret training regimen involving competitive sock puppetry. Like I said, write that as an article. And then again, in a candid and unexpected revelation, one of the esports most prominent figures has lifted the lid on a previously undisclosed aspect of their training routine. Again, backing into sentences. I don't like this. I don't know why AI is doing this. Why does it do that? So yeah, it said a player said that sock puppetry has helped be an essential part of my training. Not just about honing mechanical skills or strategic thinking. It's about tapping into creativity, imagination, and the ability to think outside the box. Just real nonsense, isn't it? Zola says, don't know how I'm not following this channel, but how you been, Dom? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Zola, remind me, my memory is awful. Your name rings a bell. Remind me, because I actually have. Oh no, I'm gonna have to put this all across. I have at the back of my old notepad, which has just run out of space. I've had to get a new one. A list of names of people in my chat, because, like Gems, who's also in the chat, it can confuse me because there's Gems London, but then there's Caster Gems, and they're two different people. Right, so remind me, and apologies, I have a bad memory as I've got older. But yeah, anyway, then I said, give me 10 UK esports themed April Fool's article ideas, and it's come up with British Esports Association announces National Tea Drinking Championship, and it started to do things with UK esports stuff here. Quidditch inspired VR tournament. British Gaming Council, I don't even know who they are, unveils Fish and Chips Esports League. Compete for glory and grease, like just a load of rubbish. And then it did. Scotland Yard investigates esports betting scandal. Fish and chip shop odds rigged in Fortnite tournament. So yeah, you can see. I'm asking it to write a few articles. National Tea Drinking Championship, all of that stuff. And then I asked it to write number 8 as an article, and it wrote number 2 as an article. And then it said apologies for the oversight, and then said it was writing number article 8, and it wasn't. I got it to write this one. UK's top esports player discovers secret to victory. Crumpet consumption strategy revealed. Like just a load of rubbish. But then I did come up with 5 hilarious UK esports themed April Fool article ideas, and it's come up with Scotland Yard investigates fish and chips controller scandals. Players accused of using greasy fingers to gain unfair advantage. So I've rewritten that one to get this. Where is it here? To get this article, because I didn't know what to do, and it didn't do that well as expected. But a few people seem to find it quite funny on Twitter. But you know, maybe I'm losing it in my old age, guys. Who knows? Oh, CS, of course, yes, CS commentator. I went to Chi Uni. Yes, yeah. How are you doing, Zola? I remember now. Yeah, you impressed me actually. It was yourself. There was oh god, Connie, right, who I said is the new James Banks, and there was another 1 or 2 casters that did well as well. Oh god, was it Zara's Angels, like Zara? Was that you who commentated with Zara last year? I can't remember, but I should be coming back again this year for that, so I'm looking forward to that. This is a company, I ain't going to chat too much about this one. It's a sort of sports format. It's, you know, people, they're trying to go down this metaverse route, but I thought, hey, they've got some big Premier League players, Zinchenko, former Arsenal player Carnu, AFTV's boss Robbie Lyle is doing some promotional stuff for them, and I thought that looks quite interesting. They said they're going to have gaming themed stuff on there. So they've raised $4 million. Tech Centre has partnered with Endpoint and CEX. They're launching a repair service for gamers with CEX. I actually saw, and they're doing some promotional stuff with Endpoint's content creator, Pick-a-Pixel. I actually saw something earlier about CEX, about a new repair service that they're doing, separate to this one. This is console repair service. But the one I read about earlier was specifically retro games consoles. I read about. There we go, Tech Radar. CX launches gaming repair service for everything from modern to retro consoles. So I'm guessing this is the same thing I've written about, but they've leaned more into this retro angle. There was one I read that it was free, but this one doesn't say it's free. This one says it's £27 for a wireless controller repair. Does that make any sense? You might as well almost buy a new controller. You can get one in a sale for less than that, can't you? All the way to £100 for fixing a broken Xbox Series X console. Wow, that's quite expensive. But still, all repairs come with a 2-year guarantee as standard. Oh, is that expensive anymore with the cost? How the cost of living's going? I don't know, to be honest. And then this one did pretty well, and I think this is quite interesting. So Riot have put up this mural in Scotland for their new Scottish and non-binary Valorant agent. I was going to say Valorant champion there. It's Valorant agents, isn't it? Clove. Now, I like this. This is like a sort of animated mural. I had this under embargo, so I ran it and I put it on my Instagram and all of this stuff. And Riot reached out to the Edinburgh Eclipse Valorant team from where did I see this here? No, I've written it further down. There we go. The Eclipse Esports Society at the University of Edinburgh. Alex Fung, the president of that society, said Riot was kind enough to give the players on our Valorant team early access to play Clove ahead of their release. A number of players on our Valorant teams are non-binary or LGBTQIA+, so it feels extra special to see ourselves represented on multiple levels in the game that we love. And Riot were doing giveaways. If you snap yourself, take a picture of yourself by the mural, you can win goodies and stuff. And also, I liked it as well because in the press release they sent me, they got the voice actor of Clove, Isla Campbell, who spoke about their experience bringing the agent to life. And Isla said, I graduated uni this summer and jumped straight into voice acting. This is my second ever acting job and first ever voice acting job. Couldn't have asked for a better role or a better team. It's been amazing. So that's pretty cool that Riot has gone for a sort of new rising actor. And Isla said, being a non-binary person, voicing a non-binary character is just the biggest privilege because I know how important this representation is in a wider sense, but also for the people who play the game and can identify with the character. And Clove seems to have gone down really well with the community. And for me, it's great to see a Scottish character in Valorant. I mean, we've got, I think, one in League of Legends as well. Lilia, I think. Let's get more UK. Do we have Welsh? Do we have a Welsh champion or Irish champion in League or Valorant? I don't think we do. In League we've got Caitlyn, haven't we, as a British champion? But anyway, last few stories and then I'll jump into some of the tweets I've seen, then I'll react to the Richard Lewis video. SideQuest Canterbury franchise store opens after closure of Westfield venue. I'm sad to see the Westfield venue close. I thought it was a nice little place. I forgot to put a tweet out actually. I had a good little time at MSI last year because they did a press event at SideQuest Westfield that's where I interviewed Caps when I asked him about East London culture, and I asked him about EastEnders and Dizzy Rascal and all that stuff, and that interview that did quite well for me on socials and got picked up by Cadrell. That was at SideQuest. So that's gone, but they've opened their first Canterbury store, and that's their first franchise store, so they're going down this franchise route now for their stores. And Antea Orterio, director of retail at SideQuest Gamers Hub, she sent me a comment on this, said, we had to close Westfield unfortunately. It wasn't an easy decision, but we're still focused on expanding. And last weekend we opened our new SideQuest Canterbury store. I think that's 2 weekends ago now, unless I've got it wrong. And said, this is our first store opening on a franchise model, and we're hoping to grow the SideQuest family even further in the next 2 years, both in and outside the UK. We aim to explore, especially the European market in the near future, but our franchisees can be from any country or have different educational backgrounds. However, you should all have common qualities, which are passion, personality, and a love of games and people. As franchising is a new milestone for us, we're currently offering special deals that include a £0 no franchise fee in the first years. We also offer 2 different models that can be tailored to business needs. So they want more side quest stores opening, gaming cafes opening, with franchisee partners. So that's interesting. They're going down that route. And this was sad as well. Not only did we have the Westfield gaming cafe close, we had this Liverpool's first, and from what I understand, first and only gaming and esports bar, Level Tap, closed. And they said, with heavy hearts, we confirm Level Tap has ceased trading. I've doubled up on a blooming word there, haven't I? Let me fix that. I've put March in twice. And this is why you should proofread your work and have multiple people proofing your work, and don't do what I do and sometimes think I can just do it all myself when I can't. Come on, update website. There we go. Right. And they said, despite our passion and dedication, current market conditions have made it increasingly challenging for independent startups like ours to grow at an affordable rate. We extend our deepest gratitude to each and every one of you who walked through our doors, shared in our journey. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I'm sad to see them go. I thought it looked quite good. They had a nice launch event last year with a bunch of well-known gamers from Liverpool, like Jukies and people like that. We've got a new mentorship scheme for underrepresented and marginalised groups in the UK games industry. That's open. They're open their applications for 2024. That's called the Limit Break Mentorship Scheme. I thought that looked quite interesting. And when I reached out to them, I said, look, is this more games dev focused or is there esports? And they did tell me that there were a few mentors and mentees in esports last year. But they said that a lot of Limit Breaks events are geared towards game development, as that makes up the majority of their cohort. So I like mentorship schemes in the industry. I think they're important. I'm part of the NSE Future Gen 1. Really good. I'd like to do more one-on-one mentoring, to be honest, as I get older and getting dismayed by drama and stuff like that in esports. I'm getting too old for it. I'd like to give back and help people with journalism, help aspiring journalists and that. Mel, how are you? Talking of up and coming talent, how are you doing, Mel? That is speak of the devil, because Mel is on the NSC Future Gen mentorship scheme. I've been chatting to Mel, but have I got that right, Mel, with your surname, or are you another Mel? Right? Have I got that right or wrong? No, it is you, isn't it? Yeah. For some reason, I forgot your surname. I'm awful with names. I'm awful. But Mel, I can remember, because I don't know any other Mels in esports, I don't think. So that's good. You're doing good, just chilling. Yeah, same here. I've had a busy day today. I've been looking after the kids. So I had to get home and do an article to keep the site ticking over, because I only did one article yesterday and I've only done one article today. So usually on weekends I only do 1 to 2 anyway, but I haven't been doing a ton of articles. But I've been doing a lot of things as well. We're going to come on to this now. Again, we'll lead it into this. So talking of other things I've been doing, I've been working on this London Games Festival. This is an absolute honour. I commented a while ago saying something like, "Oh, it's a shame there's nothing esports related at London Games Festival." And then I saw Michael French, who's actually one of my former bosses. I've noticed another mistake on here. I was supposed to have updated this article yesterday, because shout out to Sam at Esports Insider. He had a laugh saying, "Who's Dom Seiko?" Because I've put my name is spelt wrong at the top of this article, right? Because I've put, for transparency, Dom Seiko is currently doing some freelance work with Games London around this esports event. I obviously didn't mean to write myself as Dom Seiko. 1 second. Let's make sure this is all updated now. Right, there we go. Yeah, so Dom Seiko, if I've refreshed this, it should be, there we go. It should go to Dom Seiko any second. Come on. No, it hasn't. Why has it not done that? There we go, it's updated now. So yeah, London Games Festival kicks off next Tuesday. I'll be there at the opening night at Coots Bank in London. And I have had a few people messaging me, "Hey Dom, can I come?" and that. Unfortunately, it was an invite only thing. It's sold out. I had nothing to do with the invites. It's games industry. I've got a feel. I don't think there's many sort of esports people that have been invited. It's general games industry, but I will be grabbing content from the night. I'll get some clips and try and write an article and stuff about the esports stuff. So yeah, I bumped into Michael French, my old boss. He was editor of, actually I think he was like managing editor of MCV magazine, Develop magazine, and a few others back when I was working at Intent Media like a decade ago. And he heads up Games London now, right, which is funded I think by the London Mayor's office, all of that stuff, and they do London Games Festival. And when I saw him at this London and Partners event the other week, he said, "Oh Dom, I'm doing something. I'm going to need your help for an esports event." So I've teamed up with them and I've helped make this esports event happen. So this is some general stuff on London Games Festival, 9th of April to 25th. So what's happening on the opening night of London Games Festival, you can see here is this esports challenge we're doing, and I've helped organise this. We've got gear from Overclockers, Noble Chairs, and 8-Pack. So shout out to them. And we're going to do a little Rocket League esports challenge. So we've got 2 people from GridServe Resolve, well 3 people. We've got COO Jeff Simpkins, I've known for blooming years now, and then we've got David Reziers Wunsch, I hope I've pronounced, current Resolve player and the highest ranked German player of all time in Rocket League apparently. And we've got Welsh coach Ewan Tadpole Ingram. I've written about Tadpole quite a few times over the years. Now he's a current coach for the Rocket League team, but was previously a player. He was a world semi-finalist in RLCS, and he's a Commonwealth gold medalist as well. So they're going to be there, and we're going to be doing 2v2s. So the Resolve guys versus people in the audience, and then we'll shake it up a bit. We'll do one Resolve player with one person in the audience versus the other Resolve player and another person in the audience. And we've got our casters on board. We've got Damp and Mads Pedersen, I think a great duo. They're up and coming in Rocket League, done CS and stuff like that. Damp has done a lot of hosting stuff, Insomnia, she worked at Epic Land, all that stuff. And then we've also got Darren Price, former Method event director, helping out with tech stuff, and an observer again from College of Esports. It's those guys again, shout out to them. Jack Backstow's helping out, and then yours truly, I'll be covering the night. So I'm looking forward to this little esports challenge we're doing to kick off London Games Festival. There will be lots of decision makers and games industry people in the room, and great, they're going to see esports and let's make it fun and all of that stuff. But other stuff on the night, we've got arcade machines with Antstream Arcade, a retro platform of games. Ghost Valley RC, which brings the digital experience of Super Mario Kart into physical reality. I don't know what that is. DYN Dynamic Racing Experience powered by Cooler Master, a simulated racing game. Catwalk Omnidirectional Treadmill. Okay, yeah, VR gaming stuff. A variety of games made by over 40 indie devs, so that's cool. I like all my indie gaming. And the Esports Rocket League Challenge, so there you go. So that's that happening. And there's more info in the article. If you want more info on London Games Fest and what's going on, it's all in the article. Now, my last article, before I come on to some tweets and Richard Lewis stuff, Insomnia was the other weekend, wasn't it? Was it last weekend? That's gone really quick. I feel like it was 2 weekends ago. No, I think it was last weekend. And I've done my usual winners roundup. I always like to just do a basic little roundup, looking on Liquipedia, looking on Twitter, looking on the sign-up pages, just to immortalise it. If people Google who were the Insomnia 72 Rocket League winners, this article should come up, you know. I like to shout about grassroots talent, it's UK Esports. And there are a few little stories in here. Ruddy, shout out to Ruddy Esports. They broke their LAN curse. They finally won a I-Series LAN. I've put amidst Lions Creed PZ Fiasco because the usual winners, who were like the 4-time winners of Insomnia League of Legends, Cabbage Corp, they got picked up by Lions Creed to play as the Lions Creed Academy, who recently won UK All Four Nations. However, there was a little bit of hoo-ha there. They didn't reach the final, unfortunately. They had an issue with PCs. Lions Creed failed to get PCs to the players on time. It's your typical LAN challenges and whatever else. I understand players are going to get a statement out at some point. They haven't yet. I couldn't wait around beyond a week to write about this. So I've got a quote from Lions Creed CEO, Abdi, who told me that he sent a car up with 2 PCs, but the car had a breakdown. The driver didn't let Abdi know. Your usual UK sports stuff. Abdi brought up his personal PCs up on the day, but it was too late. The team had 4 games and had to forfeit the first game. They had PCs for games 2, 3 and 4, but the 4th game they lost to Ruddy. So Abdi said, I'm super disappointed and I feel bad regardless of the admin decision or their last loss. I caused them an unpleasant experience and forfeit. So that's unfortunate. Let's actually have a look at... let's see if Paul has posted anything yet, one of their players. No, he hasn't yet. So we'll see. I don't know if he is going to post something at this point or not. But that's unfortunate. But congratulations to Ruddy. Despite the Lions Creed situation, they still had to win. They still had to do well. And actually, I think I annoyed Don Jake this week. All fun and games. Because, where is it here? I saw that Middlecott, well-known UK League caster now, put out this tweet. I think he does some coaching stuff. I don't know how much coaching stuff he does with the Ruddy esports painkillers team. Sorry, I should have said this is Ruddy's sort of academy team, Ruddy Painkillers. And he said, the day after, it still doesn't feel real. First land title as a coach. Taking a group of guys who'd gotten close so many times but couldn't get it over the line to where I knew they could be. I was the difference. You're welcome. And he's listed the players there. Aka's, Chris's, Ketsuo, Sin and Jamsu. And so I've been silly and done a silly headline. I was the difference, quote unquote. Middlecott helps Ruddy break land curse. And I've put, seriously, congrats to Ruddy on this. And then Don Jake has gone, please don't listen to that fraud, right? Do not listen to Middlecott saying he was the difference to help Ruddy win. And I've said, I want to hear Middlecott team talks for the EMEA Masters matches. Ruddy said he won't be getting anywhere near the main team. There's a situation brewing regarding him. And then we had some silly stuff, DMs. Middlecott said, let's not talk about how Don Jake confiscated my passport, blah, blah, blah. They're just chatting stuff. And it's just silly stuff. And I said, oh God, what have I done? Don Jake said, vile post Dom. And so I have used this meme, which I have permission from Richard Lewis to use on socials and things, which is...
Code. All of that because of Dom Sacco. You know when you've been saccoed.
I'm going to come on to that in a bit. And Middlecott also said, 1T, this is a disgrace. Because on the winner's wall on the Insomnia website, they've put Middlecott with 1T instead of 2 Ts. And actually, they've got some other stuff wrong on here. I'm going to come on to this in a minute. They've got some things wrong with the Rocket League. Where's the Rocket League? Yeah, okay, this is updated. No, yeah, this has been updated now. This had the wrong team on. And my hunch was like, I can't find anything online. I can't find a Liquipedia page. I reached out to someone who in UK Rocket League, and they basically told me, yeah, this winner's wall was wrong. So someone did message me recently actually saying, hey, Dom, do you have more info on the Rocket League for your article? I was like, I couldn't find anything. If you want to send me info, please do, and I'll update the article. But the other games on here, they all had Liquipedia pages and stuff, which made it easy for me, and lots of tweets about it. But Rocket League, there wasn't much on it, so that was quite hard to do. So that's the Ruddy stuff. Then, oh God, we ready for some UK sports drama in the chat? I don't know if it's me getting older. I don't know what it is, but I just can't be arsed with drama as much anymore. When I first started my site, I was in my late 20s. I would write about any old thing. I would write, and I was, I'm a little bit of a sensationalist journalist. I would write about headlines about UK League of Legends drama and this, that, and the other. I've got to the point where I've written the same article 1,000 times now. Oh, but your team let us down. this orgs have scammed us. They haven't given us prize money. Oh, this team poached my player. And, oh, yeah, we didn't have any contracts, by the way, but I've seen this story 1,000 times. I can't be asked with stuff like this anymore. But it was all over my feed, and I was doing an article in Insomnia. So I have mentioned esports organisations Overwatch 2 win soured by Valorant drama. And yes, they're an esports organisation actually called esports organisation. I have heard of these guys. I did have the owner DM me a while back about a potential story, and I was like, yeah, please send me the info, blah, blah, blah. But we do have a UK esports organisation called Esports Organisation. They won the Overwatch 2 tournament. Congrats to them. They won the final 3-0. I've named some of the players here. They've said, we did it. We're officially the best team in the UK for Overwatch, blah, blah, blah. Let me catch up on the chat here. Crazy. Did I see the Valorant drama? Is this the one I'm talking about now? Crazy, or is it something else? Riho has a RLCS ban, by the way. Yes, and I heard about this because I wanted to get that article out quickly. But I'd done everything else on this article, and then I heard of that Rocket League thing. I was like, without doing my fact checks and this and that, I'm not going to mention this ban thing because I would need to do proper research, proper investigation. I'm not going to come out and say this, that, and the other when I haven't verified it and checked it. So I kept it. I hope people understand. That's why I kept the Rocket League thing very simple. Just saying, update. We're told the actual team that won were called 15th of March 2025 because I was told that 15th of March is next year is the day that their ban gets lifted. Right, that's why they've called their team name 15th of March 2025. If there's anyone watching this, crazy, you have any more info, it's a bit easy, some leads for me to pick up or follow up on, please do. That's all I've heard, and in fact, actually, I'm going to update this article after this stream with the correct player names and things. Where the hell's my pen gone? I just got brand noise there. Okay. Okay. iCrazy says the esports organisation owner is a mega weirdo. I know bits of his back. Right, okay. Esports Costa said Verdant also broke their LAN curse. Artist has made many finals. Right, do you know what? I feel bad about that, Esports Costas, because I like the Verdant guys. I like Sammy. I, for some reason, had thought they'd already won a LAN. Maybe I should have gone bigger, a bit bigger with this. I have the bracket challenger mode page for Rocket League. Please, yeah, that'd be great. Please do DM. My DMs are open, either at Dom_Sacco on Twitter or the Esports News UK Twitter. All the DMs are open. I may not obviously do it tonight because it's late, but maybe tomorrow or in the week, second half of the week. I've got the London Games Fest stuff and family stuff on Monday. But yeah, thank you, guys. This is partly why I do these streams as well. I like to connect with people in the community and chat about stuff, and it just helps. It's a two-way form of communication, isn't it? So yeah. So anyway, esports organisation. I put, however, their Overwatch victory was. We'll look through the tweet longer. Was overshadowed by the Orgs' antics in the i72 Valorant tournament, where they reached the final but lost 2-0 to Yari Esports. Esports organisation were criticised. I'm going to call them EO. Were criticised by some of their tweets for not thanking their players. So they've tweeted out saying, disappointing 2-0 to Yari, who we beat in the upper final. Although we fought at the final hurdle, EO will be back. We want to say a massive thank you to everyone who supported us online and in person. Wackenvale, we'll see you in our sites very soon. Now, some people have reacted. Let me open this up on Twitter. Some people have reacted saying, this is Anti here. I think you forgot to also say thank you to the boys that were actually representing you. Should learn to support your own players before tagging others. How it should have been done, click esports, the team have done us proud, blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't know if it's because I see a million tweets every day. I didn't think this was that bad. Yes, they probably should have done, you'd expect them to do, maybe after Insomnia or whatever, whenever, thanking the players and stuff like that. To be fair, They do have the players there in that. I think it's this disappointing 2-0. You know, even when you look at, let's look at, for example, Brighton and Hove Albion's Twitter, right? They've lost 3-0 tonight to Arsenal. This doesn't say disappointing, does it? It says full-time, ends in defeat against Arsenal. This is what I would do. You keep it straight. If people want to feel disappointed, let them feel disappointed, but you don't have to tell people it's disappointing. You know, if it's a Worlds final and G2 lose to T1, is the first tweet G2 put out afterwards going to be disappointing? No, it's not, because they got to the final. I know Worlds is completely different to Insomnia, right? I'm just talking about wording on socials. But anyway, I did feel like this was, my personal view, I did feel like this was a little bit overblown, this initial drama here. Yari Waken has gone, ratio and your augur's ass. Love the players though. Chloe said, here's a better message for your team. Very proud of the players for everything they've achieved and can't wait to see what they do in the future. Blah, blah, blah. We've got, you know, this is generally what people are saying. Poor form, this and that and the others. Anyway, and then we go on. Valorant players from EO, including Ianto, I hope I pronounced that right, or Ian2, then posted their experiences on Twitter, saying they are owed money by the org and that their reputation was damaged by the org, while the org CEO Georgester said it was the other way round, that the players damaged the org's reputation. We could go into further detail with quotes from either side, but we've written this story in UK Sports 1,000 times before, so we'll leave the context below, plus the main quotes note from the players. Quote, there were no contracts signed. There we go. And actually, sorry, if I go back here, there was a bit of a to and fro where Zanti says should learn to support your own players before taking others. Georgester has responded saying our players are referred to here as EO. EO quote, EO will be back. There wouldn't be any EO Valorant if we didn't merge into a united and singular entity. They are a part of us. So when we refer to EO, we refer to our staff and our players. We are not a separate entity. Tweet comes across passive aggressive, in my opinion. As far as I know, I don't want to go too much into this. Zanti was saying it still isn't right in my eyes. Georgester says, I'm sorry about that, keeping it clear and formal to be as transparent as possible. Although no paperwork was finalised, I personally made an agreement with Ian2 that his project would be permanently playing under EO. Blah, blah, blah. We have no intention of making roster changes. I mean, but this is UK sports. You're going to make roster changes at least once a season. Unless by some miracle you have players that stay with your org for more than that. So, what's the word I'm thinking of here? That may be a little bit naive of Georgester there. Don Jake said, if there's no paperwork signed, does that mean we can take them off your hands if that's alright? Georgester said, you wish. I can't see where it is here. I can't find it. But Don Jake did tweet this out. Don Jake of Ruddy, of course. Saying, thank you, Don Jake, for retweeting this article, by the way. I'm going to like the article as well. Right, we're gonna come on to this in a minute. Right, hang on. We'll come to these in a minute. Yeah, so Don Jake said, this is my new favourite esports guy. He's unreal. I love him. 15 people slagging him off, and he's gone, we base our marketing from tier 1 organisation standards and socials. Genuinely, what is the counterplay? Yeah, he said, we base our marketing from tier 1 orgs. I believe the way this post was comprised followed standard procedure and the players have no issues. But I appreciate your concerns and thank you massively for caring about our players. Now, what happened after that was that Ian2 posted their experiences on Twitter. Now, this is a tweet longer, this one. Oh, God, I'm not keeping up with the chat here. Alright, crazy. Thanks for the more info on the Rocket League stuff. I'll make a note of it. Our crazy view is that EO was trying to banter with others and came across like a weirdo. Just say, unfortunately, the result didn't go our way. We wanted to go something like that. The org has no representation from the start. Yeah, I won't read that out, that bit about the casino, because I don't know if, how true it is. Hey Jack, how are you? We're just talking about this UK Valorant drama from Insomnia. David, hello. This is all a bit student politics, isn't it? Yeah, and David, this is the reason why I don't one of the reasons why I don't cover drama stuff like this anymore. But because it was relevant to this Insomnia winners roundup I did, I couldn't ignore it really, because this is what everyone was talking about on Twitter and stuff. So yeah, Ian, I mean, this 135,000 views, like, for this little UK Valorant drama. I'm, to be honest, surprised this got this reach that it did. But people like drama, don't they? This is the thing. Maybe younger people like drama. Can I say? Maybe. I know I'm generalising a little bit there, but I'm less bothered about drama the older I've got. But anyway, this is to be honest, it's not a very long. It's not really a twit long or anything. One of the EO players, Ian2, said, "This is supposed to show our side of the story and to distance ourselves from the situation. There were no contracts signed. We have proof EO verbally agreed, but also wrote they would pay for the costs of Insomnia for the players, right? However, this isn't a post to try and get the £500 plus we're owed. The whole drama started because they made a post not congratulating the players, but it didn't bother us. After the backlash, George Star and his org decided that instead of owning up to mistakes, he'd rather ask me to make a video cleaning up his mistakes, which shows his lack of understanding, blah, blah, blah." And this goes on because Don Jake said something like, "I can't believe I've started this off," right? Because Don Jake did say, it's in my article here, Don Jake initially said, "I can't read, mate. Can you make a video?" He's obviously joking. And he said, "I've messaged Ian too. We believe there are a lot of rumours circling at the moment we want to clear up." So, you know, inadvertently, George has gone to get a video made about this situation because of Don Jake saying he can't read. It's all crazy, isn't it, really? It's all silly stuff. There we go. I managed to start a Valorant drama yesterday because I told an org owner that I cannot read. So there you go. And Don Jake says, "Love that guy. He's just like me." Don Jake saying, "Did you go to i72? Yeah, mate. Nice, mate. Maybe I saw you without realising." Sorry, George just said, "Did you go to i72? And Don Jake's replied, "We had a conversation for 2 hours, mate." This can't be real. It is. Shout out to Liam, by the way. I've done photos for some of our esports news events. Liam Q. But yeah, so there's that. Ian2 said, "It seems as if Julster doesn't appreciate what we've done for his org by placing second at i72 and all exposure we gained at his org, blames us for the negative feedback, blah, blah, blah. He promised us he would pay us for Insomnia, blah, blah, blah. Now he's only saying he'll pay us if we finish Beacons under EO after we tried to cut ties with them for the embarrassment we received at Insomnia." It's all just silly, needless drama, isn't it? That's just, yeah. But yeah, that's in a nutshell the UK Valorant drama. I don't know if I've communicated it that well, but to be honest, I'll be honest, I'm not interested in it. I'm just not interested in the drama, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. But I had to do it because I was doing an Insomnia winners roundup. So other Insomnia winners, Goose House Luna won the Valorant Women's Cup, and this is a back-to-back win for these players who were playing as Michelle's Kittens at i71. So congrats to them. Like we say, Verdant won the CS2 Open. They beat Reason in the final 2-1. And then we had Yari, obviously they won the Valorant thing against EO. and the Rocket League stuff. We've spoken about the Rocket League stuff. Elsewhere, Team Angelica won the versus COD show match, beating Team Lady Gut. And the Neighbours, Smooya's lot, won the UKIC Season 1 Division 1. Another CS2 tournament. Although Smooya wasn't there this time, it was Dobbo, Beve, Adam 9130, Thomas and Era. So Thomas playing for the Neighbours in that one. And then we also had some NSC Spring Championship University winners. There's a few in there. Warwick picking up a couple of wins in Valorant, Women and Non-Binary and Overwatch 2. And there's a few other winners. And yeah, amazing cosplay, wasn't it? There was a Tarkov, by the way, esports stuff going on there as well. Scan Computers booths and some Northern Legends stuff as well in TFT. But they're amazing cosplay for the Into the Breach Knight mascot. I thought that was really, really cool. That was by, I think I put it in my article, what's her name? Karina. Yeah, really, really impressive. So, yes. And then I've got a few other tweets here. Cajal did a big interview with Reckless. I think it's like an hour or two long. I haven't watched it yet. Has anyone watched that? If let me know what you think. Is that worth me watching? I mean, there's probably stories in there, right? If Cajal's done an interview. Yeah, exactly. Derv McRae's part of a bigger piece, couldn't avoid it. iCrazy says, my tweets on UKE about it went big. Oh, cool. Okay. On UKE... Is that the UKIC? Crazy. I always struggle to find. I don't know why you don't appear in my. Did you change your Did you change your Twitter handle once? Because for some reason it doesn't appear when I search for you. I've had this problem before where I've tried to find your tweets. Is it because it's 2 Z's and 2 I's? I don't know why it doesn't find you. Oh yeah, UK_esports. Of course I can do that one, can't I, as well? Where are you though? Right, I want to find you. Oh, sorry, UKE. Sorry. I know what you mean now. Let's have a look then. Which tweets did well? We've spoken about the IEM, Chengdu, UK talent. Oh, pay your team. Was it this one? I think I did see that one. You saying to pay your team to Georgester. Or was it anything else here? Are you still doing Coalesce stuff, by the way? Crazy. Oh, shadow banned. I don't know why that's happened. How's that happened? It's frustrating, isn't it? Right. Now, there was a few others before we get onto the Richard Lewis thing here. I always like Don Jake's interviews. My stream is getting late now, but yeah, the Noah interview looked quite fun. There was a funny clip there. Oh, you're still with Coalesce, okay. I saw this. I decided against running something on this because, do you know what? I don't really want to shit on our ERL. Maybe I would have done it 5, 6, whatever, 10 years ago. Maybe I would have done an article on this, but I don't really want to shit on our EMEA Regional League in for UK Ireland Nordics, the NLC. I set my Esports News UK up to shout about our talent, to shout about our strengths. I know I have a duty to serve the community and report on stuff, but we all know that NLC isn't a massively watched EMEA Regional League. So to say it's the worst performing one, I don't really feel the need to do it. This tweet has done it. I'll leave William to do it if he wants to do this stuff after he left. That's fine. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes comparing... So he's got... What has he got here? Average views, peak views, NLC. And the thing that's difficult here. So this is top to bottom, but this one isn't top to bottom because he's got. What have we got here? Like this one here, GOL, is lower than this one here, ESLOL. So I don't know if that's a mistake there. You know, NLC is quite close there with the hours watched. I think it is a shame it's lowest. You know, the French LFL, the Spanish LVP, they're always going to be up there. I remember when the Spanish LVP was the number one. Now France with Carmine Corp, K Corp have done so well, haven't they? They have done so well. I don't know. Do they have an academy team in LFL, or are they not in it anymore? I don't actually know. Now that they've gone up to the LEC. Yeah, there we go. K Corp Blue. They do. They have an academy team. BDS has an academy team. Vitality has an academy team. So, yeah. Who's won this BDS Academy? Let's see who's in the playoffs. Who's won the playoffs? K Corp. There you go. They won. So they'll be in the EMEA main event. I'd love to see Ruddy playing against K Corp. That'd be awesome. Or Lions Creed. Let's see how we get on there. But yeah. So yeah, I decided not to do an article for that. Right. So we'll come on to Richard Lewis in a bit. I may get accused of clickbaiting to get them views, but I won't always do. And here's proof: I won't always do articles to get views. I do find that when you're writing about a a sort of more dedicated, smaller community, that I would rather, I could run an article that burns bridges and gets me some views. But when you're in a smaller community like UK esports, and when you're in a niche of a niche of a niche, which is esports, UK esports, UK League of Legends esports, is very easy to burn bridges. And I want to lift the scene. I don't want to crap on it so much, So people might argue with me and say you should have run something on that, Dom. Maybe I could do. I think it's the kind of thing where if someone wants to write a guest opinion piece for the site, by all means go ahead. But I personally don't want to do it. So anyway, that's my thinking behind that. Some silly thing here from. Updates to come. Regan is a bit of a joke, really, on Ruddy. That's had 113,000 views. So, but you know what? It's been good to see the Ruddy boys break out of UK esports, because I feel like if you want to, succeed in esports, you kind of do have to break out of being known as like a UK org or whatever. You do need to look at Endpoint, right, and Resolve taking part in the RLCS, and XL, Giant X taking part in the LEC and bigger events, and Ruddy have done that. They've built up a good fan base, and they're doing the interviews with the big players and everything, and chatting with LS on the streams and all of that stuff. So they have it breached. They have gone beyond UK sports, haven't they? Dove says anything English language suffers on broadcast as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on the NFC stuff, 100%. How are you, by the way, David? I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. And before I go on to the Richard Lewis stuff, this is my last thing here. I saw this. So we all saw what happened, didn't we, the other week? If I go through my tweets here, we all saw what happened. Do you know what? I want to talk about. So we had a TFT casual competition today with Counterfeit Car. Shout out to Peter. We've had this, haven't we? I forgot about this. Norway's largest LAN gathering and Denmark's largest LAN NPF. I'm not sure what. Largest LAN NPF was postponed / cancelled respectively. Now also Sweden's second largest LAN cancelled due to weak ticket sales. And Gumpster, who's done loads of great stuff at Epic LAN, said, as a reminder, and I agree with Gumpster, as a reminder, LAN events are the backbone to the esports industry. People should try and support them as much as possible across Europe. These are the proving grounds for players of the future. LANs are worth it to socialise and play competitively, 100%. We had this Polish esports and gaming marketplace. Kinguin has announced that its esports performance centre in Warsaw will shut down in May 2024. Although someone did tell me they're expecting it to. Sam of Into the Breach said pretty sure they will be back or relocating. They were always fully booked. We could barely ever get in. So yeah. And Craig of Pixel Bar, Manchester and Leeds says, who's going to bring more esports venues to the UK? So I'd love to get that scoop from Craig, if he's going to open more. Giant X went out the LEC playoffs, mentioned Reckless. Oh, I interviewed Waxon, go check that out. Waxon's a really good guy and he's an up and coming caster. More events, haven't we? We've had more events from... was it PGL and Starladder, I think, announced? Yeah, there we go. Frankie talking about Starladder and PGL coming back. So there's more events being announced. I won't go massively into that. It's not very UK focused. Yeah, and then we're back up with this stream. I haven't tweeted a lot this past week. But this stuff. So if I go on Esports News UK's Twitter, Benji Fishy beat Boaster. He was really happy with that. And in the Valorant VCT EMEA, a Brit versus a Brit. Where was it here? Where am I thinking here? I don't talk about every single story, by the way, because otherwise I'll be here all night, wouldn't I? I'm trying to find it here. There was something I tweeted out. There we go. The stage invasion at the PGL major in Copenhagen. Shout out to Spongy Frog Callum who sent me this video, which I put on TikTok, put on our socials. CSGO Empire orchestrated disruption and stage protesters during the G2 males match over G2's involvement with rival skills platform CSGO Vault. PGL said it would press charges against the disruptors. Now, with that, we've had, I think it was CSGO Empire apologised tonight. And said, in March, we took part in events that caused a disruption. We'd like to apologise. We want to make clear we stand by our message. Scamming's not okay. Org like G2 should not partner with scammers that steal out. But this is their claims, by the way. I haven't done deep research into all of these sites. However, we recognise that Valve and the CS community is independent from these websites. Valve has no control over them. We intended to send a message, but it was a mistake on our part to punish the wrong people, and things blew out of proportion. I think they've my view or hunch is that they've probably received some kind of legal threat or whatever from PGL, and the first thing is to post an apology, because this is quite a quick apology, isn't it? Where it's a week later or whatever. And CSGO Empire made a commitment. We will never disrupt a CS or Valve event again, they said. We'll make our voice heard for other channels, and like taking legal routes. And we'll do things the right way instead of causing hurt and inconvenience to players of the game. We'll also soon move our gambling customers over to Duel.com, our upcoming crypto casino, which will be unrelated to Valve or Counter-Strike. While our mission will always continue, and they could take on a different form. Now, so there was that, and then I found it quite interesting that I saw this from Zippel. Shout out to Zippel, who attended our IEM Katowice viewing party in London the other week. And it said, dear community members, the company behind the events of the PGL Major clearly have no issues with creating ramifications to not only the company they targeted. Blah, 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 blah. Regardless, here we are. The immediate aftermath is that a lot of legitimate P2P marketplaces, pricing tools, trading services have been severely halted. Today, almost all marketplaces, trading sites and pricing tools, databases and Counter-Strike got together in a Discord and discussed our options and the motives of Valve. We put our own agendas aside and tried to take coherency to find the best approach for our businesses and our users. I believe Valve will continue to suffocate CSGO gambling sites from the scene, and us, the legitimate marketplaces, trading sites, pricing tools, will have to adapt while this plays out. I was full of anxiety, but after getting together with community members, it became evident how adaptable and helpful we can be. I can guarantee that each and every one of us will eventually find the correct approach that is both safe and responsible. For now, let's Valve do their thing. But they're not purposefully targeting marketplaces. We're simply experiencing collateral damage. So it looks like following this disruption on the stage, CS fans are moving away. They're not been using trading sites as much, and skin betting sites maybe in a bit of protest. Who knows, right? I don't know. I'm only reading from this tweet. But Zippel says, once we're on the other side of this event, the skin community will arguably end up in a better spot than it ever has been. Less poison, more skins, we're all here to stay. So I think that's interesting, this situation, this whole thing. Interesting to get your views on it as well. Oh, sorry, David, I forgot. Good, you're good, right, you're doing good. Just about recovered from insomnia. I forgot you with it. What were you doing there, David? Were you doing the TFT Northern Legends thing? First time we've done a booth at anything that size. Was really active, great experience. Yeah, like I said, I mentioned you guys very briefly in here when I've put other esports stuff, but I couldn't see you did. It looked like casual tournaments, right? As opposed to, hey, here's a prize pool and here's a winning team and blah blah blah. Right? There were multiple winners on multiple days. Have I got that right, David? Was this you guys doing this thing? It looked really good. Yeah, combined booth, TFT Novel Legends, and Unisports. Sorry, I didn't realise Unisports were at Insomnia. But if you want me to add anything into that article, just send anything over, David. Oh yeah, look, there we go. Esports. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Hey, you got a giant poro there. ARAM winners. Oh, you had an ARAM tournament as well. Yeah, so it's all casual stuff. These pictures are really good, by the way, aren't they? These pictures look nice. For that dude, that guy there looks familiar. I know that guy, I think. Yeah, these are good for your like promotional materials and things. Okay, yeah, LOL free play and LOL ARAM tournament. It's a shame there wasn't a community night again. I wanted Riot or whoever to do a LOL community night and Valorant community night like we had last time. But I think this is as close as we got this time, right? Community stuff. And you had a prize wheel. Nice. What prizes did we have? Oh! Mega win. David, what's a mega win? You can't leave me hanging like that. You've got to tell me what a mega win was now. Oh, and you had Valorant time trials and Spike Rush tournaments. You guys should have sent me a press release on this, David. I wasn't aware of this stuff. I would have put this in my i72 preview thing. And if you want to do winners announcement for the spring University Esports tournament, just let me know. Right, so that's that. That's that. Okay, yeah, and Fnatic won, didn't they? I don't know if I'm doing spoilers. I'm not someone that sees it as spoilers because the events happened. If you don't want to know the results, don't go on the internet. Don't go on Twitter and esports streams. But yeah, we've got the 4 teams left, haven't we, for the LEC Spring? Fnatic, Vitality, and then BDS G2 in the upper. So we'll see how they get on. Now, I've taken ages to get to here, so I do apologise. Let's watch. For some reason, the tweet has disappeared here. Let's watch Richard Lewis's thing where he mentioned me, and I'll react to it because I thought it'd be fun to react to this. Where are we? 1 second. Oh, Esports Costa said, shame I was on the esports stage, otherwise I would have won everything. Everyone loves the poro, David says, and the prize will. Been a crazy couple of weeks, but yeah, we'll send you some info. We're running the Beacon Valorant tournament this weekend. It never stopped. Ah, yes, yeah. Because I think I did an article on that, and you were in it. I think. Is it here? Valorant Spring 2024 Beacon season to be final season before new national competitions launch for Northern Europe. Yeah, there we go. Organising collaboration with Null. Yeah, I did mention you guys in that. Interesting. Excuse me. Oh yeah, here we go. 6th of April, game day. Oh, so that was today, was it? Or has it been delayed then? Yeah, tournament this weekend. Sorry, yeah. So that's going on this weekend. And then you've got more game days as well. Yeah, keep me posted on that. Please do, David. Right, let's come on to this then. Now, Richard Lewis put out a video. First, I'll prelude this with, I've got a lot of time, got a lot of respect for Richard Lewis. I think he's done a lot of excellent stuff in esports journalism. Just sort of journalism and content creation in general, and with his videos, his in-depth stuff, his articles. I think he's a good writer as well. And when I went from trade journalism to esports journalism, and I looked at who the prominent, I came into the scene a little bit late compared to a lot of journalists like Richard Lewis. I came in like whenever it was 2014, 2015. And so I looked up to Richard a lot, and one of the first videos I did when I thought, hey, I need to do more videos, was interviewing him, because actually, this is an example of an old article I turned into him, where he said UK esports should be nuked from space, or something like that, and I turned it into a headline, right? And yeah, nuke it from space, just like the Alien films. This was back in August 2016. And he retweeted me in that, and then he tweeted me saying, hey, if you ever want to chat about what we do after the nuking, let's have a chat. So yeah, we did a chat, and now you can see here, this is a precursor to what I'll be talking about. Rich and Sam on the horror of UK esports. Fox and Frog, thanks for following the stream. So it's Rich and Sam, who is Lol Bannerlaw, who I'm going to apologise to on this stream. Talking about the horror of UK esports. They did a lot of funny videos together, like interesting videos. They spoke about this drama in UK Counter-Strike. I won't go into it all now, involving Kaz.
Hello everyone, Richard Lewis here.
Anyway, yeah, and I did a nice follow-up interview with Richard and had a chat and everything, and I followed him since, and he said some nice things about me and Esports News UK. We're both nominated for Esports Journal of the Year last year. Richard won, of course. But he said some nice things about Esports News UK and other, small independent publications like Esports Advocate, run by James Fudge and so on. So yeah, there's a precursor. Now Richard, of course, has just come back to the major, hasn't he? Where can I bring this up quickly here? So I did an article. PGL Major, of course, is finished now, isn't it? But I did an article. A few others did articles as well about Richard Lewis coming back to work on a major, returning to the desk, right? So I actually didn't watch much of this major. I feel a bit bad about that, but with my 3 kids, I don't get much time to watch esports. I write about esports probably more than I actually watch esports these days, which is sad. And I do need new, young, hungry talent to come through and help me, which I do get help, but I need full-time people and all of that stuff. But yeah, so yeah, it's the first time Richard Lewis is part of an esports broadcast since the PGL Major in late 2021, so it's been a bit of a break for him, and so he was back on it, and then he did a video the other day about getting hired to host the first CS2 Major. Today's video, we're in the future now, but what was the general reaction like when I was announced as hosting the major? I looked for it all during the live stream. I forgot it was the first CS2 major, because we had IEM Katowice, didn't we? And we had, what did we have late last year? The Blast Full, what was it? World Series or Premier Series? I can't remember what it was called now. Last year. But those weren't majors, were they? They were big CS2 events, and then IM Katowice was the first CS2 IM, but this was the first CS2 major. So Richard's done a video on it. James has said, "Lol, Bannerlaw, it's Banelaw." Right, okay, yeah, but I don't pronounce it right. I know, and I know Richard's pronounced it. It's because I've never said that out loud. I know. He's going to hate that even more, isn't he? I haven't started this off very well, have I, Mark? I have not started this off well. Banelaw. Right, okay. Now, we'll go into this here. I don't know if people have seen this video already, but
let's have a chat
made me laugh.
About the announcement,
so hang on
some
a
of the
minute.
funny reactions.
Now, first of all, can you hear me
because
okay?
obviously
Hear Richard?
it's broke people's
Help me
brains
with the
that I'm
sound
coming
levels,
back to
people.
do a
Should I turn
major.
Richard
So
down?
just on a personal
Do I
level,
turn me
let's
down?
just
What should I do?
talk about it, because I've essentially become everything I used to tease Vince about. Right? I've had all
Testing
these
1, 2,
stop
3.
starts,
I need
false
your help
starts.
in the chat here.
So
There's
a couple
11
of things
viewers
I've
here,
said
actually, as well.
in the
I need your
past,
help.
and let's get this out the way.
Yeah, you
Definitely
up
said I've
30%
retired
or
from
him down
events
30%.
on
Well, I'm not very good at raising my
I
volume
think.
on this
And that
thing,
kind
so
of
I'll
was
turn
the
Richard
plan.
down a bit.
Why come back
So is that
for a
okay? Is
major?
that
Why
better?
do it at all? It's not that I
I've
don't
done that too
enjoy
much.
the work.
Now,
I
oh
do
God,
hate
I don't know
the
where
community.
timestamp was here.
That's
I'm gonna have to go
not
to it here.
that's not changing anytime. And when I say
Now
the
you're at the same
community,
level-ish.
obviously I don't mean
Right,
you
okay.
guys, and I don't mean good esports fans that contribute in a positive way. I'm talking about the types of morons
Okay,
that have been
well, that'll
attacking
do.
me over things I've never said for like 20
Tell
years.
you what, I'll listen to it myself and see what I think. I'm going to turn Richard down a little bit more. He sounds quite loud to me. Alright, so I'm going to turn him down a little bit. There we go. Now let's try and find it here. So obviously Richard's talking about the community reaction to him returning to the major. Where is it here?
Right, I've got one foot in the grave. Forget that. Let's go back another 5 years, right?
I can't
Let's
hear
talk
it
about
that well. Let me put my headphones in. It's so quiet now.
the difference between 2014 Richard Lewis and 2019, right?
Now, do I maximise
I'm
this?
a very different person, man. Like,
Is this?
I can say
how does that
not
look?
like not major shifts, like
Yeah,
in
that's
values,
okay, isn't it? Yeah.
but I'm a different person. I'm jaded in some areas. I wasn't, and I'm a bit more optimistic in some areas. I wasn't at that time. You know, I've been through the ringer.
Let's jump to it.
I don't know. Anyway, the point being, defended Chanman V's botting and have held on to for 12 years, and it's mine. That's like loads of assholes in trouble if it is somebody else's. I'm not particularly in a good sound. Peter, you've Reddit updo. Crazy. So
Here we go.
saw that. I couldn't believe it. I was floored, man. Then, obviously, right, this is just funny. You'll appreciate this, guys. Everyone on this stream's going to love it. You know I have this running love affair with Dom Sacco, the journalist who runs Esports News UK. One of the reasons everyone thinks I am retired is because he took an out of context sentence and sort of made it a headline. Because he's got to get them clicks. It's fine. He watches all my stuff. He's a good guy. He's a journalist. I am the patron saint of esports journalists. And I forgive you for the clickbait and forgive you for clickbait about me. And you've turned me into Vince. And Vince has got to rizzle his way out of being the back in the game guy. And now it's me. Right? All of that because of Dom Sacco. You know when you've been saccoed. But I will say this. He does a great job running Esports UK. And I just loved the way he framed the story about me doing the major. Not because I'm in it, but because of what he also adds. Richard Lewis returns to the desk as part of the framed the story about me doing the major.
Right, hang on 1 second. I'm just going to read in the chat here. We've got Gems. Quote, what about my reaction? Quote, what about my reaction video today, dickhead? Unquote, back in the game. Yeah, I have, like I say, I have done some sensationalist headlines over the years. I want to write things that are interesting, right? I don't want to, like, necessarily clickbait people. But when Richard said he was retiring in esports, I was sad to see that, and I'm sure a lot of other people were sad to see it. When I did the article, though, the annoying thing that happened was Richard's haters came out the woodwork big time and started retweeting it and saying things like, "Oh, he's retiring, yeah, ha ha ha, blah blah blah." When really, you know, yeah, I pulled Richard's quote out of a long video. It was buried in a video, and I thought, well, that is interesting. So I did let Richard know I was doing it, and he did retweet it as well. But the reaction to it wasn't nice. And then, of course, people are allowed to change their minds, right? I've said before, I could, you know, I thought sometimes Esports News UK is like, sometimes I feel like I just want to pack it in, you know? It can be a thankless task at times. It's very stressful. I'm doing it as a small independent most of the time. But then you get those moments and those reminders of why you do what you do, and reminders of why I love UK esports specifically, and I want to shout about the talent here, and I want to shout about the success stories and the good and the bad and the ugly and all of that stuff. So yeah, I don't, you know, I have no issues with Richard saying he's going to retire and then still doing things and this and that and the other. You know, he wanted to win that third esports award or however many it was. Anyway, I'm waffling. We'll carry on to the brunt of what Richard is saying here, so we'll react to it.
Not because I'm in it, but because of what he also adds. Richard Lewis returns to the desk as part of the PGL Copenhagen Major 2024 talent lineup. He'll work alongside Shocks, Banks, Esports, and others. Lol Bainlaw, who previously contributed to some of Richard's videos, is also part of the PGL Major. Lol Bainlaw contributed. He'll be fucking spewing when he sees that. He'll be fucking livid. He'll be livid. Contributed. You have to understand, when we'd have, like, fucking creative talks about, like, you know, the show, we would always have this running joke where he's like, you do know the fucking show's nothing without me, but I fucking turn up and I fucking laugh and fucking, that's what people want. They fucking want Sam. They want little Sammy Bainlaw laughing. That's what they fucking want. So, you know, you better fucking pay me, boy. Right? He didn't really say that, or did he? But yeah, I mean, like, more than contributed. Like, I mean, you know, he was a creative fucking partner. Like, we came up with the ideas, and there was that insane period where the Richard Lewis show was kind of swerving all over the road. Like, 1 minute it's serious politics, the next minute it's like, I hate it here. The next minute we're watching a fucking Dave O.G. Miles video. Like, that, like, 2016, 2017 car crash, trash talk, Richard Lewis show combo. That was that's goated content. Like, I look in that period of my life, like, that was, for me, some of the most fun I ever had making content.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed that, all those videos they did. They did funny things of, you know, they would pull out silly stories from British tabloids and other publications about, you know, seagulls attacking a town, like all kinds of weird stories that they'd focus on. The reason I put contributed is because, yeah, Richard did a lot of videos with Bainlaw and with Sam, and Sam did a lot of great stuff, and I loved the videos they did where they had the characters, they had these cartoons, these animated cartoons. They did one about Rob Crossley. It was actually one of my old colleagues, Rob Crossley. Shout out to him. He's a fantastic journalist. I wish he was still doing journalism. But I know Richard still did some of his own videos, right, around that time as well. He would still do journalistic pieces, opinionated videos by himself as well, right? So I didn't want to write a word that, you know, implied Sam was involved in all of Richard's videos. He was involved in a lot, right, especially at a certain time. So I've changed the wording now on my site. I've changed the wording to, you know, Bainlaw was previously you know, a creative, whatever the word in Richard used there, you know, a creative partner or something like that. But anyway, we'll carry on.
And I know, like, a lot of you were still around from those days, and a lot of you weren't there. You know, it's crazy, like, how fucking just funny, how much fun it was to just turn up and do a stream and just have insane shit, and just listening to Sam reacting to it, and he's got a great community. It was really good. We should have done more of that. We could have been a big podcast. I'm pretty sure. I always wanted to just make a podcast for me and Sam called Sleep Apnea, the Sleep Apnea podcast, right? And just leave everything else behind. But it just
Still do it.
there's a timeline where that happens, and it's not this one, unfortunately. So,
Oh, that's a shame.
but anyway, lol, Banelaw, lol, Banelaw did do more than contribute. He was he was a writing partner essentially for all of this stuff. So, got to give him his due. And obviously now he is a sort of video producer. He's a live video producer. CS observing. He just knocks it out the park, super easy for him. I'm sure he's got a bright future in and out of esports because, he's always been a smart guy and good at what he does and dedicated, and he just likes to do his thing away from the spotlight. And, that's that. And
consider this my official apology, Banelaw. I have updated, firstly for that, previously contributed, but also mispronouncing your name as well. So, there you go.
I'll just end with look, on Twitter, Loba lit me up. And, listen, one of the things people say about me, and it's just not true. They say, oh, my Twitter is so bad now. There was, people in that other thread. I'm not going to bore you with it, because, again, it's
his Twitter, he's improved a lot, I think, Richard, in terms of...
But they say,
going after people on Twitter.
His Twitter is terrible. And he posts all this, manosphere stuff. But anyway, they say, my Twitter's bad. And I just post my content now. I only really argue with a melt if I'm super bored. There's just no point. And I never take pot shots at people. I learned that is a zero-sum game.
Yeah, I don't do that.
It's
I'm not
some people feel compelled to do it. We all have to do these rituals if someone in esports does a bad thing, or if someone says a silly thing, or, if there's everyone's got to chip in. And it's just I don't know, it just makes it not a fun industry. I used to do it all the time. I don't do it now. I actually think my Twitter's pretty fucking benign and boring. But I did clap back today because, look.
That was it.
You have to
okay, Richard's going on to other things here. So, yeah, I wanted to react to that. I thought it'd be fun to do. I hope a few of you had a laugh as well. And, it's good. Again, cheers to Richard for name dropping me as well in his videos. He's done it a few times now, which I appreciate. So, Banelaw, I'm going to remember that for next time, okay? And I would love to see some kind of podcast with you and Richard back together again. Richard said it's not for this timeline, unfortunately. But good to see Banelaw at a major doing observing stuff as well. Right, I can't remember if I saw somewhere that Banelaw's part of a sort of production group or entity or something like that. He's not updated his Twitter in a while here. So I'm not 100% sure of that. Mark, in the chat, you might know more. But anyway, I wanted to react to that. I'll save this and post it up as a YouTube video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Go obviously follow Richard Lewis and Banelaw if you're not already. And good luck to them both. And thanks to everyone for watching this. So, and on that note, I think this is the end of my stream. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. It's midnight here now on Saturday night, so I'm going to head off. My eldest son's got a footy match tomorrow, so I've got to get ready for that and take him, and I really get into all the football stuff. And I'll be back again next week as well. Mark said in the chat, I just know he was part of the same agency as Gonzo a while ago when they started working together. Right, okay, yeah, that might have been it. Yeah, I can't remember what the agency is called now, but this is something I saw on Twitter around that. Mark, everyone else, thanks for tuning in to the stream. I really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your weekend, everyone. Thanks for your support. Thanks for the follows. I had more 2-3 follows tonight. I always appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. CMAA or whatever that agency was. CAA, something like that. Yeah, I think it was something like that. Derv says, cheers, Dom. Keep well. Yeah, you too. Take care, Dom. We've all been saccoed. Yeah, you know when you've been saccoed, right? I forgot to say about that. So I'm going to be using, Richard has given me permission to use that clip of him saying that. It reminds me of the old Tango adverts, right? I'm old enough to remember the old, you know when you've been tangoed adverts around the fizzy drink, right? So it would be an advert where someone they'd sip some Tango, and then this guy in orange body paint with a bald head would just run up to them out of nowhere and just like do that in their face and then run off or something. And it's like, you know, when you've been tangoed and they're all bewildered. So yeah, if this is, you know, this is my reputation now as a journalist, you know when you've been saccoed, and I've pulled a out of context quote out of one of your videos and made it into a headline. Just, yeah, I guess be careful what you say on public platforms, right? It's fair game for journalists to do articles. Although I will say I'm changing. I had a thing the other week with the College of Esports article I ran through earlier, and someone did say to me, I didn't give you permission to use this quote, and it was quoted from a Twitch stream that was sent to me, right? I didn't even get this quote, it was sent to me, this quote complimenting the stream. And do you know what? I couldn't be bothered to deal with it. I said, like, it's technically fair game. You've said it on a public platform, but out of courtesy, I can change your quote. And when I removed the quote, they actually sent me a longer, more detailed quote in my DMs. I'm like, okay, that's great. That's a great middle ground, you know. So, although I will look for, you know, interesting quotes that people say publicly, will, you know, I like to check and things as well. I'm pretty sure I did reach out to Richard around that publication at the time. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And we're all here to support esports, aren't we, at the end of the day? That should be your subscribe, follow notification. You know when you've been saccoed. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually, because the one I've got is quite old, actually. That's a great idea. Yeah, I will do that. Mark Sisson University cheered. Key information delivered. Oh gosh, what was that? I've been told I look like a Bulgarian romance writer, but I think you're a good man. You seem like a. This has got to be some kind of. This has got to be some kind of troll or something, right here. What's that all about? Oh, it's a copy pasta, is it? Okay. Or bot. Yeah, that was a very strange way to end the stream. I've never had that before. I've never even had a bit or a cheer before, but thanks for cheering one bit. I don't even know how that will, you know, help me out, but I appreciate it. And has followed me as well. Thank you. Right, on that note, you're a good lad. Okay, thank you. All right. On that note, have a good rest of your weekend, everyone, and I will see you real soon. Take care.